Blessed day once again, and welcome to Live with Chatufa. We have seen family in the past days what happened in Botswana, where the BDP of Masisi bite the dust, and it was not taken lightly by ZANU-PF and especially Emmerson Mnangagwa, one being the president or the leader of ZANU-PF, and number two being the SADC chair, and he took well over 2 days before he congratulated the new incoming president of Botswana. And of course, not him again congratulating. He ended up sending the minister to do that on his behalf. A very, very sad development. Of course, it came with its own backlash, because we saw quite a lot of people criticizing Mnangagwa so sharply. And of course, the treatment that we saw him being given in Botswana when he went for that inauguration, it was not good at all. Pain after pain, embarrassment, exposure and exposures are happening throughout, right? So when Mnangagwa did what he did last time, I'm sure he quickly learned a lesson, because this time Mnangagwa, under fire, quickly congratulates the new Mauritian prime minister. We've seen Mauritius again, the ruling party, they're being defeated, and the opposition party coming into power. And Mnangagwa did not take time to congratulate the Mauritian prime minister, the new leader. And the question remains, why? Why does Mnangagwa congratulate this man quickly like that? And yet it was very difficult and painful for him to congratulate the BDP, the UDC, after defeating the BDP in Botswana. But one thing, of course, that we know about these liberation parties or the ruling parties is that there are some that matter to ZANU-PF, and there are others that don't matter at all. There are countries that really are very significant in SADC, and those are the countries that Mnangagwa and ZANU-PF would be targeting much more than the others, like the Madagascars and the Mauritius. Of course, they are there, but you don't really hear quite much about them. I think this is why Mnangagwa thinks that it's not really an issue for him to want to interfere there, and also taking it personal when the opposition wins there. But the fact is that Mnangagwa must also remember that once an opposition party comes into power, removing a party that was there for a very long time. Remember, these are the very same people that have been complicit for a very long time in the SADC region with Mnangagwa, and allowing Mnangagwa and ZANU-PF, even from the time of Mugabe, allowing ZANU-PF to do what they want. But once there is a party that has come in, no matter how small they might think the country or the party is, but once it's an opposition party, its voice will join the others that are already in power now, to make noise, as much noise as possible, to disrupt the plans of these liberation parties. So I think to some extent, ZANU-PF and Mnangagwa must not underestimate what has happened in Mauritius, so that they would just want to, think that it's not much, it doesn't change much, and they would want to fight for countries like Botswana, Namibia, South Africa, Eswatini and the like. But these other countries also, if it is a matter of, for example, voting, if they are going to vote, definitely they will vote against the parties like ZANU-PF, because these are new people that are coming in, new opposition politicians that are coming in, and they also want to see change happening throughout, not only in their own countries, but they also want to see it happening all over, right? So Nick Mangwana was quick here to post the letter that was written by Mnangagwa, and this one was written by by Mnangagwa himself, right? Can you see that here? It's signed Mnangagwa, chairman of SADC, and there on top there, it's coming right from him. So, but unfortunately, what we saw happening with Botswana was a different case altogether. Mnangagwa did not do it this way. We saw the ministry coming in, and congratulating, and which was something else that was quite very amazing. But we are looking at the changes that are happening in SADC being very significant, because they will definitely change the trajectory. They will change the culture of liberation parties that we have always seen in the SADC countries, in the SADC region. And of course, the corruption and the rot of liberation parties is now beginning just to be phased out. And it's interesting, really, what we are looking at happening, because most of them are right now at the mercy of their people, because the people really want to see them like gone. And that's exactly the trend that is now going making rounds right now. And we are going to be talking about Namibia, because the diaspora voting is started, and it seems like, again, the ruling party is on the receiving end again, according to the preliminary reports that are coming in. Of course, we are going to be waiting to see the main vote on the ground, right in the land, to see how things are going to be like. But generally speaking, it seems these parties are really waving goodbye. Mnangagwa and ZANU-PF may want to argue and use their propaganda and deny the fact, but the fact remains factual. These guys their days are over, and their politics, the politics of these parties, is over, and they must now begin to be looking at a new system that is coming in. And I'm sure SADC is going to be a very progressive bloc once we have progressive leaders, democratic leaders, and people that are coming to save their people. The like of Duma Boko of Botswana, these are the kind of politicians that we are really believing and praying to God for. I'm sure once we have quite a number of the Dumas in SADC region, we will be definitely going to be receiving quite some good stuff coming from the leadership. The history of these liberation parties is that most of what they do is just to put pain. They are there to just inflict pain on their citizens. What they call ruling, according to them, they say to not tonga ruling, is to make life very difficult for the citizens, to put extra pressure on the citizens. That's how they feel that, yeah, indeed, we are in charge and we are in power. But that's not leadership. That's not leadership at all. It's when you start to see yourself wanting to inflict pain on your people, it means already there is a broken relationship there. You must actually be overjoyed by doing good for your own people, and that is what we are praying for. But liberation parties have long lost that kind of spirit, and they are operating in their own ways and doing their own stuff. And unfortunately, we are seeing them go down one after the other. So this is our prayer. We need to be standing up in prayer and continue to pray for the nations and for SADC, as well as our prayers for Zimbabwe, knowing that whatever is happening in other nations it has a direct impact on our own freedom as the Zimbabwean people. Remember, we are the ones that have the elephant of these parties, which happen to be the most notorious, the most corrupt, the most vicious, and the murderous one. But definitely, it is also going to receive its own punishment very, very soon. So otherwise, this is what it is. Let's continue to stand for the freedom of Zimbabwe and believe God, pray and declare the living word of God over the nation of Zimbabwe. God is in it and freedom is coming. Let us meet in the upcoming shows as we are crossing over to the main channel. Remain blessed and shalom. Shalom.